Hey guys, what's happening? Thanks for tuning in and coming back and watching. Hope your day is going super well. I'm in Luminar 4 today, and I'm going to talk about split toning, and for, I guess, two reasons. Number one, it's one of my favorite filters. I adore adore. I have this love affair with split toning. I've had it for as long as I can remember. Absolutely just adore the filter. But number two, and this is kind of same as number one, the reason I adore it is because it's just so powerful and so versatile in terms of helping you control color in your photos. I'm very much about color in my photos. I love to edit and control and manipulate color and just make the photo look the way I want it to look. And split toning is a key ingredient of that. I also have some other videos I want to do that are going to incorporate split toning and the use of split toning to achieve whatever look I'm going to talk about in those videos. And so having thought about that and kind of planned those things out, I'm thinking, you know what I need to do? I need to do a level set or like a base video, especially because I think a lot of my viewers here are new to this channel with Luminar 4. I want to do a Luminar 4 specific video about split toning. Speaking of viewers, if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and say, yeah, I like this stuff, because that tells YouTube that I'm doing things that you like, and I appreciate that very much. And I got a lot more planned, so let's hop into it. I have a photo here, and this is Notre Dame in Paris a number of years ago, way before the tragic fire and all that from last year, I guess it was. So I went out early one morning, and it was kind of dark, and the light was not particularly pleasant. As you can see, it was kind of a hazy day, and I'm kind of jacking with stuff as I play around here. Kind of a hazy day or morning, and this is really yellow, right? So let me show you the before and the after. I'm just making a few minor adjustments here just to kind of get it a little bit brighter. Let's jump into split toning. So I did light and AI enhance just to kind of get it kind of to a base starting point. Split toning is over here on the Pro tab, so click on that. Split toning is the last filter, but it's not last on my list. It's very high on my list. As I said, it's very simple, and it gives you incredible control over your photos, as I said. And one of the reasons it's so powerful is, you can use HSL to control specific colors, but whether those colors are present in your photo or not will depend on the photo. However, split toning is all about highlights and shadows, and basically that's in every photo, unless it's like a picture of a black piece of paper. Then I guess that's all shadow, but I think you know what I'm saying. So with highlights and shadows, you can pick a hue or a color basically, and then an amount, which is saturation. So if you look over here on the right-hand side, you have highlights, and then below that you have shadows. So you separate them, you pick a color and an intensity, right? Or hue and saturation, and then you adjust or season to taste. Here's what I often do. I will take the highlights and make them warmer, and I'll take the shadows and make them cooler. Warmer means the hue is going to be kind of in this orangey yellow kind of range, and cooler means the shadow hue is going to be over here kind of in the bluer range. That works on a lot of photos. I use split toning, by the way, and you can use it on any kind of photo, but I use it on sunset shots, blue hour shots. I use it on landscapes. I use it on cityscapes. I use it on street photography. I use it on black and whites. I use it on a lot of things. So let's do this. In this photo, I think what I'll do is I'll take the hue a little bit away from the red. So I'll tell you what, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drag saturation all the way to the right and just show you, just look at the hue in the highlights, because we're in highlights. This is not how I'm gonna edit the photo. That looks terrible. But just watch how the highlights color is changing as I'm sliding the slider across, right? So I'm now in the greens. That looks horrendous. Aliens are taking over Paris. You get into the blues. Hey, it doesn't actually look that bad. And you keep going, and then you get into the purples and kind of the pinks, right? So that's what that's all about. I'm going to reset saturation back to 0. Here's what I would do here. I would take the hue, go a little bit into the yellow, and maybe pull that up a little bit. But there's so much yellow in the photo, and that's where the shadows come in. So I'm definitely going to go to blue over here, and then I'm just going to start dragging the saturation slider to the right. And look what I have. I have a much more balanced photo in terms of the colors. The harsh yellows of before, which are there, are now just poof, they're gone. And that's because of split toning. I'm able to control, there's a lot of shadow, right? All the stuff in the background's in shadow, including the sky. And there's so much blue there that I'm giving it more of a blue tint. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm tinting the shadows blue in this case, from there to that. And I put a little tint of the blue on the highlights as well. But if you noticed when I dragged that saturation slider on the example for the highlights, when I got over to the blue, it actually looked pretty good. So let's go check that out. And here I am kind of in the blue hue area for the highlights, and it doesn't really look that bad. And I'll tell you why. So the reason why is, if you've watched any of my previous videos, like about color enhancer, that was in that video there. I'm gonna go over here and just show you one thing real quick. This represents the color wheel, and the yellow and the blue are opposites, which means they sit across from each other on the color wheel. So they're complementary colors and they're the complete opposite of each other, right? So yellow and blue are opposite. Over here in the highlights, if I reset this, the highlights are very yellow, and it's giving a really yellow cast onto the ground here. But if I take the highlights and put them over here kind of in the blue, it doesn't look horrible because they're not turning very blue is what it comes down to. They're actually getting away from the yellow and they're becoming more balanced basically, and that's because they're getting away from that harsh yellow. So even though I would normally put highlights in kind of a yellow-orange kind of area, and it depends on the photo, but in this photo, it actually works to put them in the blue. Now, if I go too far, I'm probably gonna get, it's not really that bad, but it's a bit unrealistic, and you're getting a little bit of a blue tint around the light. But somewhere over here, even midway at 50 or so, looks pretty good, even with highlights in the blue. And again, it doesn't really look bad at all, I think, with the highlights kind of in the yellow, except that I would take the saturation down because they're already fairly yellow, so I'm just amplifying it if I do too much. In this case, I like it better in the blue. Two more things to note about split toning. At the top, you have an amount slider, and that's basically opacity. It defaults to 50. If I go to 100, that's going to give you 100% of what I've done down below. Whereas the default's at 50, it's basically giving you a 50% opacity. So you might drag the sliders like I did and say, well, they look kind of good, but they're a little too blue. Okay, well, take the amount down and go a little bit more to the left. Or they look pretty good, but they're not blue enough. Okay, we'll take it and go a little bit to the right and get a little bit more blue. So use the amount slider. It's opacity. It's the amount of, it's in equal amounts. In this case, I'm at 65. It's applying basically a 65% to what you did in highlights and shadows both. Whereas the default's at 50. I kind of like it at 65. I think it looks pretty nice. Keep in mind, all I did in the beginning was on the light filter, did a couple of minor adjustments, and then I used AI Enhance to use AI Accent to just bump up the brightness level of the balance of the photo. Other than that, it's all split toning, and I think I have a pretty nice looking image. The last thing to know about split toning is balance down here. You have shadows on the left, and it doesn't, I guess, fit on the right to say highlights. But if you notice, the line here is dark on the left, that's shadows. It's really bright white on the right, that's highlights. Balance is just, okay, I've done highlights and shadows, but do I like the shadows color a little bit more? Okay, in this case, they're about the same color. So tell you what, let me adjust this back to kind of the yellow. I think that looks pretty good there. Okay, so you got highlights and shadows, very different colors. For the balance slider, if you like the shadows color a little bit more and you've played with the amount and you can't quite get it, well, just try the balance slider. If you drag it to the left, the photo is going to sort of err towards more of that shadows color, right? So you're going to get a little bit more blue in the photo and a little bit less yellow, more shadows color and less highlights color. And the opposite is true, right? So if you go to the right, you can see the photo is becoming a bit more yellow. I don't like that look in this photo. I don't really like a whole lot of yellow anyway, unless it's a sunset. So I would not go that direction, but the balance is very powerful. So in this case, I went up to 65 here, and balance, I think I might go to -35. And let me show you my before and after. There's my before, fairly yellow, kind of washed out, kind of And there's my after, much better looking photo. And here's a slider, so you can see how big of a color difference we made in the photo with just a few adjustments. And note, you didn't pick up a whole lot of blue in Notre Dame or in the street or anything like that, because that has a fair amount of highlights in it. So it's keeping that little bit of yellow color, which I think works really well in this case with the stonework. So that, my friends, is the power and the flexibility of split toning. I love it. I highly recommend, highly, it's like the greatest thing of all time. I'm a big fan. But I highly recommend you go play with it. You can do so many things with it, and I've got other videos planned that will use split toning, so I'll be referring back to this. So if you don't watch this and then you go to watch those other videos and you're like, well, Jim, tell me about split toning, I'm going to say, watch that video, and I'll point to this one. So check it out. Give me a comment down below, a like, a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. It really does help me a lot if you subscribe and like and share and comment, and I appreciate the interaction. Most of my social media time is right here on YouTube, answering these comments, and I love it. So thank you very much for showing up. I'll keep making stuff. You keep tuning in. Deal. Okay, my friends. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care, and adios.